What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Mad Detailing. Today in front of you is probably the muddiest Focus ST I've ever seen in my entire life. And there's actually a funny story behind this car. My friend lives in the absolute middle of nowhere on 50 acres, and he actually got pizza delivered to his house. And the pizza guy dropped off the pizza, and about 10 minutes later, my friend walks outside, and he's actually stuck in his front yard. And the mud that you see on this vehicle is from him trying to pull it out with his truck in his side-by-side, because apparently there is no tow hooks on this vehicle, so they had to do a little bit of makeshift pulling out. And yeah, as you guys can see from the thumbnail and these before shots here, this car is absolutely covered in mud. It is ridiculous. But this car is going to make for an absolute amazing detail and insane transformation. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Either way, we're about to go ahead and jump right into this disaster detail. I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. So starting off this detail, the first thing I need to do is make sure I spray off every inch of mud on this vehicle, and it's going to take a lot because there is a ton of it. There's mud stuck in every single crack of this vehicle. So I'm probably going to spend about 3 or 4 hours making sure I spray out all the mud in the door jambs, fender wells, wheels, tires, grills, underneath the vehicle, everything, before I can actually move on to washing this vehicle, because if not, you will have mud seeping out of every single crack. And you do not want to get that on your wash mitt, because that will cause a ton of swirls and scratches, and that is just something you don't want to do. Finally, after getting all the mud and dirt sprayed off this vehicle, it's time to move on to actually washing it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the engine bay first. And for this, I'm using my pressure washer to blow off all this excess dirt and debris. Then I'll be using our Extreme APC as a cleaner, along with the detail brush to make sure I get in all the cracks and crevices of this engine. Then I'll be spraying it off, and then I'll be using our air compressor to blow it dry. And that's all you really have to do for cleaning your engine bay. It's not super complicated. And it's not terrible for your engine. As long as you don't have an older vehicle that's carbureted and you're not spraying directly into all your electronics and your alternator, you will never have a problem cleaning your engine bay this way. Moving on to the wheels, I'll be using our Extreme APC for the tires and fender wells, and I'll be using our matte detailing iron eraser on the wheels, along with multiple different brushes to make sure I get every inch of this wheel and tire 100% clean. Moving on to actually washing the vehicle, first I'm going to foam down the entire car with our foam cannon, our super blue soap. I'm going to let that dwell for a couple minutes, spray it off, refoam it again, and then move on to a 2-bucket wash method to ensure that I don't cause any extra scratching and marring onto this paint. So originally I didn't plan on doing the interior for a video, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So first I'm gonna go ahead and give this carpet a nice pre-vacuum, and then we're gonna move on to the seat extraction. Moving on to the seat extraction, I'll be using our Extreme APC as a cleaner with a drill brush attached to a Milwaukee drill. And for the extractor, I'm using my mighty HP60 hot water extractor. And honestly, these seats probably didn't have to be extracted, but I figured I would go ahead and freshen them up and extract them to make sure they're 100% clean for the customer. Moving on to cleaning the interior panels of this vehicle, I'll be using our Extreme APC as a cleaner. Then I'll be using our Mad Detailing Boar's hair brushes to make sure I get in all the cracks and crevices. And then I'll use a microfiber to mop everything up. And for the dressing, I'll use our Mad Detailing Mad Sleek, which is a tire gel and trim gel. It dries with a touch and does not leave behind a greasy finish. And I will repeat that same process on the rest of the panels. So moving on to the exterior of this vehicle, before I can move on to any polishing, I first need to clay bar the vehicle. And for this, I'm using our Mad Detailing Slick Coat with a synthetic clay bar to remove all the contaminants that are deeply embedded into this clear coat. And then I'll move on to using our Rupes Mark III polisher with a polishing pad in HD speed. And that's going to remove a lot of the swirls and scratches, leave a nice high gloss finish, and also leave a good protection behind.